Howdy folks, I hope you're doing well. Today we'll be checking out Zaccaria's Woods Queen EM Plus from Magic Pixel. Despite my best efforts, I was unable to find any gameplay of the original machine, so we're going to have to settle for the photos that were available on IPDB. Like most of these 70s tables, there's not a lot of info. According to IPDB, it was released in '76. There were 3 different releases, a single player with Add-a-Ball, a 2-player, and a 4-player version. After that, there ain't much else. The notable features of the original machine are 2 flippers, 3 pop bumpers, 2 slingshots, 1 6-bank drop targets, and 7 stand-up targets. For those of you that may have not seen the last one, the Add-a-Ball feature was to reward players in regions where free games were outlawed as a thing of value or considered gambling. For those of you that are not familiar with the process, here's what we're going to do. From left to right, we're going to start with the Zaccaria Pinball version via Steam, followed by the ALP 4K release. Keep an eye out for the little speaker icon so you can see which version of the table is producing the audio. As always, everything here is shot, edited, and presented in 4K at 60 frames a second, and I'm going to keep my mouth shut until gameplay is complete. If you want to know about the PC that I'm using for the Steam gameplay, a part bigger link is in the description below should you want to check it out. Now, with all the particulars out of the way,
let's do it.
So what did you guys think? I guess I'll start off with the artwork again. I really like it. Obviously, it's done via AI, and there's some inconsistencies, especially when it comes to the gal we see on the playfield and the one on the back glass, but I think it looks pretty good. I like the darker colors of the vegetation at the top of the table and how it contrasts with the jungle scene on the playfield. I especially like the detail on the dino at the bottom of the playfield. Like the last one, I really like the look of the wood grain here as well. Moving on to the gameplay, this is definitely a huge improvement over Nautilus EM+. The playfield, in my opinion, is a little too wide open. I feel like they could have added a little bit more. I don't know, like maybe some drop targets or some pop bumpers, something just so it wasn't so wide open, leaving just the rollovers. Speaking of the rollovers, I have to say I'm really not a fan of them. I get that they're kind of the theme and the thing, so to speak, when it comes to these electromagnetic tables, but I feel like they're overused. Maybe if we weren't getting so many of these EM Plus tables in a row, it wouldn't bother me as much, but I feel like it's just repetitious now. I will say that I really did enjoy the Add-a-Ball multi-ball once I completed the rollover process. It's a lot of fun, and providing you can keep it going, I'm sure you could really rack up the points with it. The root kickout is not as bad as its predecessor in Nautilus EM Plus. I found that if you held the right flipper up as the ball popped out, you could bump the ball and keep it from draining. Comparing the two side by side, there are some slight differences between the two. Like the back panel that they added in the upper part of the playfield on the 4K to try to give you that depth of field. There's also some variations on the placement of a few items, most notably the rails. You'll notice that the 4K version slightly obscures the R on root by the kickout, but it doesn't do that on the Steam version. Speaking of the rails, they're still very janky and jagged on the 4K. It would really be nice if they could address that. Gameplay-wise, to me, they played virtually the same. Although I did feel like I needed to nudge and bump the 4K just a little bit more. I could be imagining that. I don't know. One of the glaring issues that I neglected to mention in the previous reviews is the DMD. Not only is there really nothing going on, and I mean, I get it. It's supposed to be an EM table, and those didn't have DMDs, but not knowing what ball you're on is kind of tough. It can certainly affect your gameplay and whatever strategy you may be using. I mean, we could see it on the Steam version. Why not the 4K? Even when you're running a 2-player game, it still doesn't tell you what ball you're on. despite giving you an indication of what player is playing on a back glass, which to me just doesn't make sense. When it comes to these EM tables, I still think AtGames and Magic Pixel should switch it up a little bit here. Releasing the same type or style of table in succession, I don't really think helps them drive sales. I think we need a little bit more variety. Thankfully, this one isn't as lackluster as the last one, and it's really rather enjoyable. As for whether or not you should pick it up, that's up to you. Personally, I rather like this one and I wasn't disappointed in it. But in saying that, it's certainly not going to make anybody's list of tables that you really must own. If you're curious about it, feel free to try it out on Steam. The ability to try before you buy is a great feature. Before we go, check this out. This is what happens when one of your photos gets mixed in with the images that you're using to make your thumbnail. After this popped up, I laughed and I thought to myself, yeah, probably 5 minutes after this was taken, so to speak, she kicked me off the dinosaur and I became its next meal. Well, that's it for this one, folks. Sorry I couldn't come up with anything fun here for the walk-up. I figured you guys wouldn't want to see me in a bikini. Anyway, if you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. If you didn't like the video, give me a thumbs down. Please let me know why. Subscribe and give me another shot. If there's anything you'd like to see me cover, please let me know. If there's anything you'd like me to change or think I could do better, again, please let me know. If you hung out to the end, thank you for sticking around. I just want to say I appreciate you, I appreciate your time, and as always, stay safe, be well, and take care.